Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to DESI TV USA. I am Tabinda Gul. Let's take a look at the headlines. Trump signed executive order to dismantle Federal Department of Education. Trump moves to shut down Department of Education. What's at stake for 49.6 million students? Historic World War II era steam train Canadian Pacific return to service. Protests continue for third day against Netanyahu moves to oust intelligence chief. Europe delayed retaliations against US over Trump's metal tariff. Students join protests against Istanbul mayor's detentions despite ban on gathering. These are headlines. Lead to news detail. Now the top story is here. In a major policy shift, President Donald Trump has signed an executive order aimed at effectively dismantling the Federal Department of Education, transferring most school policy decisions to individual state. The order seeks to significantly reduce federal oversight in education, giving state greater autonomy over curriculum, funding, and regulation. Supporters argue that the move will eliminate bureaucratic inefficiencies and allow states to tailor education policies to their specific needs. However, critics warn that it could lead to disparities in education's quality and funding across the country. The decision aligned with Trump's long-standing stance reducing federal intervention in education. It remains to be seen how Congress and state government will respond to the sweeping changes. President Donald Trump has taken decisive steps towards shutting down the U.S. Department of Education, signing an executive order that would shift control over education policies to individual states. The move is expected to reshape the nation's education system, impacting approximately 49.6 million students in public school. Supporters of the decisions argue that local governments are better suited to address the unique needs of their communities, free from federal mandates and regulation. However, critics warns that eliminating the department could widen educational disparities, particularly for low-income students and those with disability who rely on federal funding and oversight. Key federal programs including student loan management, title funding for disadvantaged schools and special education initiative now face an uncertain future. The executive order sets the stage for a heated debate in Congress as lawmakers and education advocates assess the implications of this unprecedented shift.
Helping Hand USA is a community that is guided by gratitude. A community that sees blessings beyond just tables. It's Muslims for humanity. Let's make this Ramadan a testament to the gratitude we all share. Join us to provide orphan support, healthcare, education and training, shelter, and much more. Give your zakat today at hhrd.org/Ramadan.
The Canadian Pacific, a 1940s steam locomotive that once transported soldiers and supply to England's south coast during World War II, has returned to service after 14 years of meticulous restoration. Volunteers who dedicated over a decade to bringing the train back to life were among the first to board, along with relatives of those who originally built the locomotive. The restoration project aimed to preserve a key piece of wartime history, honoring the train's role in supporting Britain's war's effort. The Canadian Pacific will now operate as a heritage attraction, offering the public a chance to experience a living piece of history while organizing the sacrifices made during the war. For the third consecutive day, protests have taken to the street in Israel opposing Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's decisions to remove the head of the domestic intelligence services. Demonstrators are voicing concern over threat to democracy, accusing the government of prolonging the war in Gaza for political motives while putting the lives of 59 hostages still held in the Palestinian enclave at risk. Now, the protests, which have drawn thousands, reflect growing public anger over Netanyahu leadership and the ongoing conflict. Opposition leaders and activists have condemned the government actions, warning of escalating tensions both within Israel and in the region. As demonstrations continue, pressure is mounting on Netanyahu to justify the dismissal and address the broader concern fueling the unrest. The European Union has postponed its first round of countermeasures against the United States over President Donald Trump metal tariffs, pushing the decisions to mid-April. The delay allows the Europe to resist which American goods to target while extending the window for potential negotiation. Brussels has initially planned to impose retaliatory tariff in response to the US levies on steel and aluminum imports. However, officials now see the extra weeks as an opportunity to explore diplomatic solutions and avoid escalating trade tension. Now, despite the delay, Europe leaders have signaled they are prepared to act if negotiations fail, with potential tariffs on key US exports still on the table. The coming weeks will determine whether both sides can reach compromises or if a trade dispute looms. Now, defying a ban on street demonstration, students joined thousands of protesters in Turkey condemning what they call the undemocratic detentions of Istanbul mayor. The opposition has placed blame on President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, accusing his government of suppressing political rivals ahead of upcoming election. Istanbul mayor, a key opposition figure, was taken into custody under circumstances critics describe as politically motivated. His arrest has sparked widespread unrest, with demonstrators demanding his immediate release and calling for greater democratic freedoms. As protests continue to grow, tension between Erdogan governments and opposition forces and escalating, raising concern about political stability in Turkey. Authorities have warned against further demonstrations, but opposition leaders insist they will not back down. So thank you for watching and thank you for supporting. This is me, Tabinder, signing off. Stay tuned for more news. DCTV USA, DTV and our OTT platform, DTV Flex, where you can access to over 3,000 channels. So stay tuned and stay with us.
You came to this country for a brighter future for you and your loved ones. You've made it this far. Now it's time to become a citizen. With citizenship, you gain the right to vote, access to federal jobs, the ability to keep your family closer, and the freedom to travel with a U.S. passport. These are just a few of the benefits waiting for you when you become eligible. We're here to help you through the process with free resources and personalized guidance. Together, we can make it easier. Get started at becomeacitizentoday.com.